These videos are educational in nature and are designed to help people over 21 who smoke cigarettes switch to a less harmful alternative.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's GrimmGreen back here. And listen, I've been watching TV. I've been watching The PITT. I don't get a chance to watch a lot of television, but my wife and I, like I'm assuming most couples do, we have that show that we watch together that's like our show. Well, we finished something recently, and we picked up The PITT because we love a good medical drama. I love this show, and I remember turning to my wife in the very first episode and telling her, I love this show, but I'm going to be really interested to see how they treat the inevitable vaping patient. Most medical dramas don't have a great record when they have a patient that vapes. And I realize that these medical dramas, they're TV shows, they're dramas. So a lot of it is going to be maybe a little bit more sensationalized than what you might see in the ER. In fact, the American Council on Science and Health did a great piece in 2022 directly talking about how medical dramas mislead you. Do I need to bring up the Rob Lowe doing CPR on a frozen guy clip? Well, season 1, episode 3, there's an episode where a patient comes in with heart palpitations, and part of the diagnosis is that he was vaping nicotine all night. I saw that. I immediately thought, whoop, here we go. Here's where the nonsense comes in. But surprisingly, it was not that far off from reality. Our patient, Russ Quinn, comes into the hospital with heart palpitations after admitting he vaped 2 pods of nicotine in one night. And while this is going on, Dr. Robbie says something like, you know how much nicotine is in a vape pod? 40 milligrams per pod. It's the same as a pack of cigarettes. That is actually pretty accurate too. It is the same as a pack of cigarettes, the idea being that a person who smokes a pack of cigarettes per day would instead use 1 pod of nicotine per day instead of a pack of cigarettes per day, which is something I think Dr. Robbie would be on board for. This nicotine use led to heart palpitations and landed him in the hospital. Now, normally when TV dramas bring up vaping, it's always presented as some sort of like mysterious toxin that someone's coughing up blood, but it wasn't presented that way in this show. It was presented as a nicotine product, and he overdid it with nicotine. It wasn't some hazardous, weird, mystery, scary toxin. They pointed at nicotine, and that actually matters. That's important. But here's the thing. High-strength nicotine, 40, 50 milligram, can cause heart palpitations, especially in someone who isn't a regular nicotine user. Nicotine absolutely is a stimulant. It absolutely raises the heart rate temporarily, and it absolutely raises blood pressure temporarily. As it was presented in the show, having a large dose very quickly and continuously, yeah, that could lead to some heart palpitation problems. That part of the show is actually super accurate. My only real gripe with this part of the show is all of the things that they didn't say. Heart palpitations are not the first sign that someone is overdoing it with nicotine. If someone's overdoing it with nicotine that hard, the body throws up multiple red flags before the heart gets involved. I mean, things like a brutal, pounding, sharp headache, followed by lots of dizziness, followed by lots of nausea, followed by vomiting. Getting palpitations from nicotine isn't something that just suddenly happens. Your body is telling you slowly to stop, stop, stop. There's never a point to overdoing it with nicotine. And a pounding headache and dizziness should be the first signs that we're using a little too much, maybe. Nicotine isn't like alcohol, where the more that I have, the drunker I will get. Nicotine is like food in that I just need enough of it to satisfy me. Overdoing it with nicotine literally only means you're gonna feel terrible. When used properly, nicotine vaping is the greatest harm reduction tool the world has ever seen for someone who smokes combustible tobacco cigarettes. Cranking away on high-strength pods like it's some sort of endurance test, that's not harm reduction. It's just misusing the product. And what I really appreciate about this show is they didn't blame the flavors. They didn't blame the devices. They didn't blame colorful packaging. They didn't blame mystery chemicals. They blamed too high of a dose of nicotine. And that is absolutely correct, because dose matters with everything from alcohol to caffeine to food to nicotine. I just wish they had shown the full picture of what too much nicotine does to the body before it lands someone in the ER. So yeah, listen, credit where credit is due. The PITT did not completely botch this. They presented nicotine as a drug, and that too much of that drug can lead to bad outcomes. That context matters, and it's important to remember that if nicotine is ever making someone feel bad, That's the body saying stop. And alternatively, any human with lungs who's currently smoking a tobacco product, a combustible tobacco product, should be replacing all of that combustion with vaporizing. It's not even close. I really believe Dr. Robbie would be on board with this. There's a world of less harmful nicotine products on the market. In the description of this video, I'm putting some links to Just Science and Just Education. This has been a GrimmGreen video. Let's stay cigarette smoke-free every single day and maybe go check out the PITT.
It's like 10:30 and I'm just gonna smoke, so